Good morning, Team Fullest. I'm doing this voiceover in the morning, so I like to say good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to check out my canal. So in today's video, we are going to do another cassava and plantain fufu. So as you guys can see, you guys love my cassava and plantain fufu. So I thought, you know what, let me show you guys once more again how to make this cassava and plantain fufu. I really love making this. It is very it's a little bit easy. Maybe for some of you guys who have not done this before, it may be a little bit difficult, but it's very easy to make. So first, as you guys can see, I've already washed my cassava. I've cut my cassava into pieces and sliced everything. So now it's time to start blending. I'm going to put a little bit of water. You do not need a lot of water, because when you put a lot of water, the cassava is going to be it's not going to be very thick. It's going to be very watery. So you don't want to put a lot of water, a little bit, and then blending. The blending process take a little bit of time, but you're just going to keep adding a little by little and little and little and little, and that's how you blend. The kids really love this cassava fufu with yam. You can mix this with yam, you can mix it with banana, you can mix this with cocoyam. They have different ways of making fufu. Today I'm going to mix mine with plantain, which is delicious, especially if your plantain is ripe. You can also mix it with a green plantain, okay? No judgment. But I love making mine with the ripe plantain because it is very delicious, and I really like it. If you guys hear the kids in the background, please excuse that, because yeah, they're just around. I can't get rid of them. No, I love them so much. So they are just gonna bear the noise that they are making. So like I was saying, the blending process may take a little bit of time if it's your first time, but for me, knowing that it is very delicious, I don't mind spending hours in blending, because I know I'm going to get something very delicious. So you're just going to keep adding little by little, but because you're adding little by little, this is the reason why you don't need to add a lot of water, because the cassava itself is water. You know, when you blend it, you get water, so you don't need to add a lot of water. You're just going to blend little by little. The cassava was a bit too much, so I didn't use everything. I'm going to keep this one for the next day, not the next day, but like the other next day, like 2 days later, we're going to make fufu again, and I thought, let me just leave the other ones to soak. So now that I'm done blending the cassava, which take a little bit of time, I'm going to take my plantain, I'm going to cut it into slice, and I'm just going to put that right into the blending cassava, and everything is just going to blend together, which is very easy when cassava is already blend. And then add your ripe banana, ripe plantain, and just blend everything. So I'm just gonna leave that to blend and just let it blend before I add the rest of the plantain, because that's what you want to do. You want to allow everything to blend first before adding. And also I going to peel the other plantain, and also don't forget to mix. You have to mix it to see if everything underneath is blend, because sometimes you feel like everything is blend, but if you don't mix it, you have to get this wooden spoon that is a bit longer. If you don't mix it, you will not know that maybe sometimes there are some chunk underneath that they don't properly blend, so you always have to mix them. So I'm just going to add the rest of the plantain and then blend everything together. After blending, we are going to cook. Some of you guys asked me, is it by force to add salt? The salt part is not compulsory for you to add salt into your fufu, but I just love the taste. It just tastes much more better when you add a little bit of salt. It's not compulsory. If you don't feel like adding salt, you don't have to, but if you want to add salt, you can add a little bit of salt. So now, as you guys can see, everything has blended together. Everything is looking really delicious. So now that I have blended everything, I'm just gonna keep blending more, because I know sometimes the cassava kind of stuck in there. So I'm just going to mix everything once more again to see if everything is properly blended. As you guys can see, that's why I say you mix it. You just have to mix it to know if everything is blended. So I'm just going to put it on the normal blender and allow it to blend. One thing I love about this blender, you can just turn it, blend, and then leave it, and then it can blend on its own like that. So now everything has blended. Now it's time to make the fufu. So this is where the work is, okay? In this part, you have to have muscles, you have to have strength. I'm not joking. Most of you guys always laugh whenever I said you have to have muscles, because this part is mixing. Like when you, as soon as you put the fufu in the pot, the fire is on, you add a little bit of salt if you want to, it's not compulsory. Do not stop mixing. Even if your hand is paining you, call your partner, call your friend, call your neighbor, whoever is in the house with you, call that person to come and help you to mix. Because if you stop mixing and the cassava start having like this boiling part, it will get this small bump thing, and it's not nice. So you guys see, I changed the wooden spoon and I take this real wooden spoon, because the other one I was having, that thing will break. It's not strong enough. But this one I'm having, this is from Africa. This is the real wooden spoon in Africa. It's a little bit thicker. So you're just gonna keep on mixing. Here I have nothing to explain. You don't need to add any water. All you're going to do is keep on mixing. Just make sure you mix everything and mix. There's nothing here for me to explain to you guys. You guys are gonna see exactly what is going on. Okay, mix. So now that you guys have seen that I'm mixing, and when you keep mixing, this is what you're gonna get. So you see, your fufu have to look like this. It does not have to be watering. It does not have to be too much watering. It's not gonna be very thick, like when you buy the flour fufu in the store and make it. That one's going to be very thick. But you guys can see, this one is also not that watering, and this one is much more healthier because it's fresh cassava, fresh banana. It's much more healthier than the packaged ones you get in the store, okay? Because those ones, they're processed to stay for a long time. This is the reason why the first time I tried this one and I feel like, okay, the kids like this one. I love the way it tastes. Since then, guys, I've not bought any fufu in the market. No, I haven't. I try to make this as much as possible. Anytime I want to eat fufu, I'll go to the market and buy cassava. And sometimes even when I go to the market, I will buy the cassava, I will come and I will wash it, cut it into pieces, put it in a plastic bag and put it in the deep freeze, in the freezer. And then when it's time to use it, I'll just take it out. So now what you're going to do, you're just going to leave the fufu to steam for a few minutes. Dull the gas. Do not leave the gas to be very high. So dull the gas, and as you guys can see right there in the corner, I am making my favorite soup, which is okra soup with enough meat, enough kanda, enough dry fish, you know. I love food, so my second name is food. So I'm cooking my okra soup. You guys know I love okra. Wake me up any middle of the day, anytime in the nights. Call me and say, Ami, I have for you fufu and okra soup. I'm ready. Even if I'm not hungry, the hunger will come automatically. The hunger is going to come immediately. That's how much I love this. So I'm just going to, otherwise the fufu is steaming, I'm going to cook the okra, because the okra was already finished. But the sauce was already finished, but I haven't added the okra into the soup, because I didn't want the okra to overcooked, because I wasn't done with the fufu. So since I'm done with the fufu now, I'm just going to add the okra, dull the gas, and let the okra steam for a minute. So when the fufu is done, I'll just put the fire off, allow the fufu to cool down. Whenever I cook fufu, I don't separate everyone. Everyone does not have their own. You know how when you cook fufu, you put for this one, you put for this one. Everyone will have their own plates. When I cook fufu, nobody has their own plate. I will put everything in a big container. Once in a while, I really enjoy sitting down and eat with my family, with the kids, just all of us eating from one plate or from one big pan. Like sometimes I do that when I cook rice, not all the time, but I try to do that whenever I cook like African food, like fufu. Sometimes when I cook cassava leaf, potato leaf, stuff like that, I'll just put it in a big pan, and me and the kids, all of us, we eat with our hand. And at first the kids didn't really like it, but later on they really like it. And my daughters, the two girls, they are really loving it now. Every time they want us to eat together, they want us to eat with our hand, and they really love it. And my daughter Aliyah, she went to school and tell the teacher, oh, we eat fufu, and me, mom, all of us, we eat fufu with our hand and stuff like that. And she was like, I really really love it, it's really nice, it's me and my family. So she really loves it. So I try to do that more often. Just, it's family, just to keep family close. So we all try to eat as much as possible with our hand. And it's just amazing with the kids. It's not always, and I always make videos when we are eating, or just make fun whenever we are done, not in the middle of eating. But like sometimes when I'm done, I'm like, okay, a little bit remained, and I'll say, okay, you guys finish it up. And I always make videos and just show them and just video them whilst they are eating, and just memory. I love stuff like that. Later on, we can all sit down in the future. By the grace of God, we pray to God for long life and good health, because that's the most important thing. And we all can sit down in the future and look at that and be like, yeah, this is what used to happen. We have fun. So fufu is going to you're going to allow the fufu to steam, and then the okra soup is also steaming. So when the okra soup is done, you can actually pour your fufu on the plates, and then you are ready to eat. Um, Let me know if you guys also do the same thing, that you guys sit down with your family. I'm not talking about those who are, if you guys in Africa is a normal thing for everybody to just, for the family to eat together in one plate. But in Europe, everybody has to have their own plate. But sometimes I just really love it when me and my family, all of us, just eat in one plate. Sometimes I also do that when my brother's kids, they come around to visit. When I make food, all of us will just sit down on the floor and eat together. And the kids really like that. So I try to create memories. So every time they'll be like, oh, auntie, do this to me. Auntie always make this kind of stuff. And just trying to create memories. And I really, really enjoy it. And the kids really enjoy it, and I really enjoy it. I love it. If I do something that my kids love, I keep doing it because I know they love it. And especially if it costs me nothing, definitely I'm going to be doing it. But yeah, as you guys can see, the okra is almost ready. The fufu is ready by now. I've already put the gas off because the fufu is ready by now. So I'm just gonna allow the fufu to cool down for a little bit whilst I'm mixing the okra, because the okra was a little bit too much. I'm just gonna mix the okra so that everything just steam. You can eat fufu with different kind of soup. You can eat it with banga soup. You can eat it with ogusi soup. You can eat it with granite soup, ogbono. There's so many. Bitter leaf soup. Oh my god, there's so many. Sour soup if you're Sierra Leonean. There's so many soup that you can eat. Vegetable soup, like if you cook like a really good, delicious vegetable soup, just invite me over, okay? So yeah, there's so many ways that you can cook. There's so many soup that you can eat with fufu, and I really love fufu. Fufu is one of the favorite dishes in the house. I think it's my favorite, it's my son's favorite, it's everybody's favorite in the house because it's just fun to eat. And not only the eating, when it comes to the making also, I involve the kids in making it because they will help me blending. Like my daughter, she will always help me to blend, and I will be cutting the cassava while she's blending, or I'll be putting it while she's blending. So I try to involve the kids in the blending process so that we all can just have like a really good time for the family. So why it's very very fun. So it's very very therapy. I don't know what's the word, therapy. No, I don't know. I can't. Let me just go. I don't know that the word is not coming in my head, but I know what I want to say. But it's just fun. It's just really really fun. Just doing things like cooking with the girls, sharing little things with the girls, eating together, and it's just fun. Even though when my daughter talk about it to her friends in school, they find it to be very very weird, very very crazy. That why you all eat in with your hand on the floor, and yeah, it's just crazy for them, but they don't understand. But she loves it, I love it, and she's happy. So I'm kind of cool with it. I'm really cool. I'm African, and I really like to invest, to put that Africanness into my kids, even though they are all born in Europe, but we are Africans, okay? So now, as you guys can see, the fufu is ready. The fufu is ready, and the okra soup is also ready. So let me show you guys the okra soup, okay? Let me just show you guys the okra soup. Yeah, you guys see the okra soup? You see the meats, the dry fish. So now that all of this deliciousness is ready, let me go and dish this food. Like I said, I am going to put everything in a big bowl like this. Not the soup. That is not all the soup. That's half. That's a little bit of the soup because, but that fufu is everything. I hope you all like this video, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Team Fullest. Thank you guys so much. Peace.